Kieran, and today I'll be presenting an excerpt from Sharon Creech's Carnegie Award-winning book, Ruby Holler. Ruby Holler at night can be an eerie, dark place, full of shadows and silence. But both the shadows and the silence are deceptive. Out of the shadows dash creatures of all shapes and sizes, swift diving bats, scurrying raccoons, fluttering moths, and cunning bobcats. From the deepest silence erupt groans and howls, snorts and squawks, creaks and croaks, paths, which in daylight seem clearly trodden ways, twist and turn in the night, looping back on themselves and vanishing into dense thickets. Out of nowhere, boulders loom and fallen trees barricade the way. Roots and holes in swampy earth snare unsuspecting feet. Into this dark, dense maze stumbled Florida and Dallas. Barely 10 minutes from the cabin, they were tangled in a thicket. "What's this stupid bush doing here?" Florida grumbled. "It wasn't here before. What'd you go this way for?" "Must have gotten turned around," Dallas said. "Sure is dark out here." "I've hardly ever seen anything so dark," Florida said. "What about that cellar at that scary toothless lunatic's house?" Dallas asked. "That trapdoor cellar with the lizards and the rats? Mighty dark, mighty, mighty, mighty dark." Florida thrashed and kicked and tugged her way out of the thicket. She hated thinking about the scary toothless lunatic's house, but once it was in her mind, it raced around in there, bashing up against every little bulging gray cell. When the scary toothless man, Mr. Dreep, and his thin, fidgety wife first came to the home, Dallas and Florida had instantly feared the man and tried their best to dissuade the couple from any interest in them. "We're loud and messy," Florida said. "And clumsy klutzes," Dallas offered. Mr. Dreep stared at them while his wife's fingers twirled nervously in her lap. Mr. Trepid sat to one side, clucking his tongue. "They're no louder or messier than any other kids," Mr. Trepid said. "And they're very strong for their age." Mr. Dreep nodded. "Hey," he said. "We're stupid," Florida said. "I can't even read." "Of course she can read," Mr. Trepid said. "Can't," Florida said. "Try me. Give me any old thing, and I'll bet you I can't read it." "It's true," Dallas said. "She can't read. And me? Heck, I can't hardly remember anything from one minute to the next. You'll tell me to do something, and shoot, I'll forget what you said before you finish saying it." But Dallas and Florida had been forced to go along with Mr. and Mrs. Dreep, and all the way to the Dreeps' home, no one spoke in the car. And no one spoke until they pulled up in front of a falling down house with broken windows and a sagging porch and holes in the roof. "I'm not staying here," Florida said. Mr. Dreep opened the back door and pulled Florida out. "Yes, you are," he said. He turned to Mrs. Dreep, whose fingers were playing a little melody on her neck. "Okay," Mr. Dreep said to his wife. "You wanted kids? You got kids. Thank you."